Welcome to Bass Olympics, a live sound design battle where I compete with artists from the EDM scene and take turns under a time limit on a quest for the craziest sounds. This time, I've decided to up the ante and face off against not just one artist, but an entire label. Not only that, but we're releasing a free sample pack with the results. This was my battle with the Neoluminum roster. Check out Neoluminum and their work, and download the sample pack with the links in the description. Okay, how this is gonna work is we get 2 rounds each, and we alternate, so it's round 1 modus, round 1 Neoluminum, round 2 modus, round 2 Neoluminum. Each round will be 45 minutes, and during those 45 minutes, we're gonna hop into the DAW and do a sound design jam. So we're just gonna pick our favorite synth and mess around till we get the wildest sounds possible. For my rounds, I'll just be sharing my screen on the stream, as you're seeing here, and then for Neoluminum, we've devised a system where all the artists will be on the Discord voice chat, each sharing their screen so I can hop back and forth between video feeds and showcase to the audience what that person is up to at that moment in time. Any type of sound goes. You may use effect racks, you may create a short drop with your sounds if you believe you have enough time. All the sounds must be designed live, and you may only use pre-made samples if they are a source or a starting point for your new sound, like a wavetail, for example. Chat, Neoluminum, modus, are we ready for Bass Olympics?
Let's do this.
Let's do this indeed.
Bring it. Let's go.
I'm just going to pull up a Serum 2 real quick. I'm just going to look for some wavetables that could be worth playing around with. Now we just gotta find a way to combine these 3 oscillators. My intention for this was to try to go for randomness. There we go. That way I get pretty much new sounds every single time, and I'm going to limit the range of this to some range that I'm happy with. Let's try that. So there we go. We got some pretty cool stuff already. And if we induce a filter, I say induce like I'm the smartest bloke in the room. So now, I intend to make this one directional. Haha, I said one direction. Oh my god. How about I link this to coarse pitch now? And now I'm going to set the coarse pitch output. I'm going to set it to 20%. And I'm going to feed filter 1 into filter 2, and then we can go for a diffuser here, let's say. Let's throw in a phaser. How about we compress this? Now it's just rhythm. Since we already have the mechanisms in place, what we can do is switch the wavetables back and forth so we can have completely different sounds by just changing one wavetable. Okay, so we got our like bass as in foundation. We can go further. I have this little tool called multiband delay. This is a native FL Studio plugin, and this is, I believe, so underutilized. Just look at that. Now that we have that like more tonal metallic layer, that is a perfect recipe to try to add some end prism. Let's do like a pentatonic. Da, dee, da, 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 dee, like that. Am I at Gensei Level 1 yet? Let's see if we can find some way to reverb this and like turn this into some pad or something. Let's try doing some like really quick. Oh my fucking god. What else can we do with this? I think I'm gonna try turning off the reverb. I'm going to save this first version of the preset. Okay, and now let's try switching the middle oscillator, for example. Ooh. Shall we try some spectral stuff? Let's actually turn off the coarse pitch things here. And with the reverb. Oh, that pad is amazing. How about we turn on Spectral Gate? Now we do modal. Now it's just an ambient pad. Ooh. We're contacting the aliens with this one, boys. Okay, how about we switch over to Vital? So we're gonna start on like a new sound. Same principle, random sample and hold. And I'm just gonna like try Vitals, wavetables, and effects because I'm just like more drawn to those. And now I have to set up the random oscillator here. So I go Perlin noise. Okay. Well, what was that, like 2 minutes? Oh shit, look at those moves. So I've just turned on the stereo modifier on the Perlin noise. For the left and right channel, there's a different curve. Let's see if we can add in some sort of other watery harmonic thing. There you go. So that's gonna play support to this. Oh, look at that. That's a nice texture. And I'm going to set the only pitch pinch. Okay, we can throw this onto Wave Traveler, which is one of my little like secret sauce things. A deceptively simple plugin that is basically an XY plot of wavetable position and time. Throw it from here to Wave Traveler, there you go. The faster the curve goes up, the more higher pitched it'll sound. I can also make the sample go backwards. What else can I think of? Can we do some sort of reverb screech? For a screech, this is really simple. All we need to do is 2 sine waves. One is our bass and one is our resonance. And now all we have to do is turn on the distortion. Instant screech. Look at that. Let's do one envelope here, and this is going to control the reverb coming in. All right, 3, 2, 1. That's it. Run 1 Neoluminum is about to start. We're going to head on over to our Neoluminum Discord.
Everyone just started streaming at once. I'm terrified.
Oh my god, look at all this. Neoluminum round 1 Base Olympics starts out in 3, 2, 1. Man's just going for a full-on drop already. Genesis, what are you up to?
I'm going to synthesize a kick, and then from that kick, I'm going to synthesize everything else.
I love your cursor, by the way. Let's check out our next victim. Already with that chroma. Interesting. Let's tune into Az's stream. Look at that bass. Switch on over to Dawn of Apples. Don't pretend I didn't hear that communication device. Hello, Modus. Let's check out on DesX.
Hello. I have something really funny to share. I've been really liking playing around with Racer, which is in Reactor. This is just making like a really strange and I'm putting a phaser on it. I kind of stole your idea of doing random with Fruity Peak Controller.
Fruity Peak Controller, yeah.
And you can pretty much just route it to anything, even if it doesn't have a random oscillator. And then I have a Vital, which is pretty simple. What I was about to start playing around with, what I like to call the What the F***inator.
What's the What the F***inator?
So this is actually a plugin called Thesis 2. I've never heard it mentioned anywhere before. I think it's
Thesis 2.
It's essentially like a granular delay of sorts.
Oh boy, that's loud! Let's see what DM8 is up to. They're on Ableton. Sans titre.
Honestly, I have no idea what I'm even doing. It's a really cool plugin called Hamburger.
I've actually been told about this plugin. I think it was Agente who told me, hey Paul, have you tried the hamburger distortion? I asked him like, Borgar? And then he said, yes, Borgar. Let's switch over to Edward. What are you up to, Edward? Hello.
Was making glitches, but as DM8 was talking, the entire thing crashed.
My bad.
Yeah, it's all your fault, man. I like to do the random automation thingy with faceplant.
This will kill your f***ing computer.
Then I got like some disperser.
That disperser looks like that one AU5 meme gif of like all the EQs going crazy.
There's no rhyme or reason.
Sometimes random is best.
I am resampling Homer Simpson Jersey Club.
Let's move over to Eskvi, which is the lead AR of Neoluminum. Hello.
I am messing with Serum 2, which I haven't done in a while. Something like this. And then I put a macro that can adjust everything. And I've just put that through this chain where I've got my patcher plugin, my like effect rack, spectral delay. And there's a second one here which does pretty much the same thing.
Let's check in on good phaser core assistant.
Okay, so basically I'm just starting textures. It's just really quick. It's just ring mod and the 10 OTT method and then
The 10 OTT method. We're talking about it like it's an established thing. The 10 OTT method. Gotta hand it to you. The 10 OTT method is effective. I can hear every single OTT in this. Let's head on over to Guap. We got an ultra wide user, fellow ultra wider.
I'm just messing around with Vital and rain dam emitters. So it makes like things like... And I'm using arpeggiator too, so if I gate it like a little bit.
Ooh, you get like dirt, watery rocks. Let's check in on Irate. What are you up to?
That's a brilliant question, my friend. I've made long sound. I'm so good at this.
Hey chat, for the record, he's so good at this. This is like your slogan now.
Yeah, I mean, like, look at what I'm doing.
Yes.
Like, look at that.
Sound design.
What if I just like turn it into one of these? Just did this.
Let's check in on Callan now.
All that came from like a armor that I started with.
Harmer's like the one thing I couldn't be arsed. Like, I have received a complete masterclass from Agente on how to use Harmer, and I even got it live. He came over to my stream and he taught me how to use Harmer on the spot, and I've already almost like completely forgotten how to use Harmer.
No, that's totally bad. I mean,
it's not that it's too many controls. It's just that what the fuck is that layout?
it makes very little sense what actually, but like I've found 3 go-to features of Harmer. That's the phaser, the noise low pass, and then this one distortion mode. And then Filterverse is really what's making the crazy glitch sounds and stuff.
I've never seen this plugin. From Polyverse, I know Manipulator because I use that quite a bit. But not Filterverse.
Voice processing stuff is crazy. You can link a bunch of random knobs and stuff to this meta knob, kind of like a macro in Serum. You control like every single parameter in here.
Let's hop on over to Lexei. We've already got some samples going. What'll be round 2? We'll be expanding on our round 1 stuff. I'm like already thinking on what I can probably do for round 2. Let's move on over to Magu. Damn. All right, let's move on over to Maya. We only have 10 minutes to go, so we gotta like speed things up.
Hello. I'm just making some like granular. I just like put a pad in here.
And it seems like you did some sort of like spectral gating and then like a transgate.
Yeah, that's the auto chroma, which is a really cool plugin. Just a preset that kind of makes it have that like plucky thing. And then on top of this, I use the Ableton like Beats mode where you can condense the sound just to like the transients. I have a glitch too on here, 30% mix, but just to add in some extra like.
Yeah, I can kind of hear like that on the in the background. We've got like Mia Tuckley. That's quite a lot of sounds.
Yeah, it's just sampling. So I started with this is going to be really loud, and then I threw it through Shaperbox using the time method, which makes it.
I actually didn't think of using Shaperbox. I do have Shaperbox. It's just I haven't really thought about using it.
I essentially just kept resampling with Shaperbox a whole bunch of times.
I can already imagine the tempo drums over this. Let's check in on NE10.
I actually created a couple of patches, so I actually do want to show you the source sounds that I made. Be warned if you don't like burps. So this is speed, just burping.
I gotta say, that makes for a great wavetable on Serum.
Alongside, I had a slinky on hand, so you kind of hear this.
Yeah.
So in that case, I kind of went off with this.
Let's hop on over to non-sen. Ooh. Let's hop on over to not laser blue. Oh, that CPU is screaming for its life. All right, guys, your time is up. Hands up from your keyboards. I do have a few more streams to check out. Novasai, shield me.
A lot of everything.
S dot dot dot.
Yeah, I just went the boring ways. I'm not built for this. I wasn't sure what to do, so I just like...
For not being sure about what to do, please play that again. Trianglory.
Yo, what up everybody? All of the sounds here, 100% is guitar sound. 6 tracks in here, so one is I've done like a one-shot type of thing. Glitches, I'm using like Glitch 2, some OTT, and some disperser.
Z Cry. Ooh, that one's disgusting. Oh! Z dot dot dot?
I decided to make a whole song.
Oh my god, did they just make a full song in 45 minutes?
Every sound you'll hear is sound designed from scratch.
From your round one? This takes me back to my battle jam with Mofok. He just straight up made songs on both rounds. And it wasn't even 45 minutes. Our rounds on that battle jam were 40 minutes. So he had even less to work with. Let's make sure I don't forget Sorbet. Hello!
I just kind of laid everything out in the order that I made them. I made a few wavetables. I made like a little narrow bass.
I can smell the Vital in here. Love it.
Oh yes, I use Vital almost exclusively. I don't know where the bass went on that.
Meow, meow, boom, bam, boom. This summer. I'm so cooked here. Shall we get to round 2, everyone? 'Tis time to return to the dog. Round 2 begins in 3, 2, 1. Okay, so my idea for this was to expand on round 1 sounds, specifically by vocoding sounds from round 1 with other sounds from round 1. All I have to do is pick and choose 2 sounds that are markedly different. I think we can start with that. Ah! What else can we mangle this with? I wanted to see what this would sound like with the bell that we had from before. What else? We've got this other pad. That has a very distinct, like rough, but also like almost velvety texture to it. Well, we got a pad, so might as well. That's some Tears of the Kingdom sound right there. Yeah, just like Sanctuary type. Honestly, I'm going to set it to freeze reverb. Now I can do more stuff to that pad. I can add a drone. I also wanted to try out running this through the granulizer in Serum and see if I can make a static pad from this. And just go here and turn it to granular. Maybe I can turn it into spectral. Existential dread type pads. Oh, there's like this little like plucky motion in there. Oh, the gate. Now combine that with the drone. Should we just like do another bass? But now we have to use a really obscure plugin. Let's use beat map. Guys, I'm going to need you to send me a modus meme in the text channel right now. It's been a while since I last used beat map. Oh my days. Look at that. He's so wide. I don't know how to make it less wide. Whatever. Let's just try that. Ah, yes. Beautiful. Let's throw this onto Serum. I saw some people using the funk back there. Well, I got all the funk of my own. Maybe we can go in that direction. All right, we got 6 minutes. I think I'm going to make a snare. 6 minutes to make a snare. Will I succeed? LFO. And then we gotta make a... There's just a bunch of noise. I got 3 minutes. Holy shit. There you go. And now it's time to... Oh, shit. That's a pretty good snare, actually. Agent's gonna be quick to pounce on me and say, no, it's not. I got a minute 40 to make this better. All right, normalize. Destructor. I can do pogo. Hey! We got a snare! Quick ball, think faster. Man, if only the click was a little bit deeper, which we can probably do. We can Frankenstein 2 versions of the snare together. One turned an octave down and just the clip faded in from that. Look at that. There we go! Holy shit! We got a snare! We got a snare! Yes! Yes! We got a snare! In 6 minutes! My part of the Base Olympics is done. Now it's time to finish off with Neoluminum. Guys, Neoluminum round 2. The last 45 minutes of this Base Olympics, starting in 3, 2, 1. Everyone is streaming again. Let's now start from the end. Hello, Cry. Welcome to round 2. It's an interesting plugin. I've never seen this one before. My right ear is very much enjoying this. Yo boy, that UI sure is interesting. Z ... Ooh, that plugin's also really interesting. I'm seeing a lot of plugins I've never seen before.
Crystalline is it's my favorite reverb because this is the same project file as the first project.
Yeah.
Someone complained the fact that it was just 16 bars when I said it was a full track, so out of spite, I'm gonna make a whole full track.
What you mentioned about Crystalline is it's a reverb, therefore I'm probably not downloading it. To me, there's only one reverb, and that's Total Verb.
Everyone has their everyone's loyal to their favorite reverb.
Yeah, but like I'm so loyal to Total Verb, I would probably marry Total Verb. Try and Glory.
Yo, what up? Yo, what up? I was inspired by like AU5 tutorials about like how to make a snare in 1 minute. So.
Ooh.
And I've used transient shaper and glue compressors, and it's all done really fast.
Tooth Nuke. Oh my days. Are you on Windows 7 or is that just a skin?
That is just retro bar.
Okay. No, like I would have absolutely applauded the fact that you are still on Windows 7. It really doesn't get any better than that.
I'm starting out, so it's expected.
Tritone stuff. Sorbet.
I might just like sound design a pad. Some of the wavetables I made up.
Wow, great pad.
I know, right? Perfection.
Let's check in on RSX now.
I've just been inspired by like metal that I've been listening to recently, so mainly it's just this like 9-string guitar.
Ample Metal Hellraiser. For guitars, personally, I use Shreddage 3. I really just use like one single preset from Shreddage, and that's Metal Lead 1. It's the Doom sound. Ranipla. Okay, I'm actually AFK this time. Well, he was kind enough to leave us with a loop. That's interesting. Hi, Desex. Might I inquire on why you might have procured the Paumo's name?
Positively, I will show you how I am creating these sonical experiences. While you were listening to some of the sounds, you made a sound with your voice.
I mean, it makes for a good wavetable.
I decided to use vocodecs.
Oh no.
And with a saw wave, create some kind of like Reese action going on.
It sounds like a V8 engine starting up.
I mean, I don't know what else to do with this sound, so I switched to another reactor synth. This is a granular thing.
It reminds me quite a lot of this plugin called Quanta. Oh, ...
Back to basics, FM and distortion.
Well, sometimes less is more. Novasai.
Say hello to Jacob Collier.
Ah, it's the Jacob Collier. It's that.
Good. It's so good. I've been using it
Is it?
so much in my music. I have Chroma. I'm using Luxverb because shout out you. Crystallizer, Auto Chroma, OTT, Reverb, and then a little bit of filtering. And yeah.
Jacob Collier picking up your soul and sending it straight to heaven. From the auditorium. He just goes, you, ascend. Nansen, we're back to you.
I'm gonna show the Melodyne. So we record it, and then we have all this stuff right here.
That's like the harmonic content.
Yeah, you can just shuffle the spectrum right here.
Ooh. I never knew a Melodyne could be used for stuff like this. What is that plugin? Pocket Dimension. Any 10, we're back to you.
Back to me. On stream, just in case, fair warning. But of course, actually, the end result is actually, I'm really loving this so far.
On every stream, I put up an epilepsy warning, but I might have to start putting viewer discretion.
Viewer discretion is advised.
Miyatakli.
I'm making a pad. Even added some noise, and then added like some erosion. And then I took one of the sounds I made from the first round that was really resonant and kind of made it into like birds.
So there's like themes, motifs embedded into your pads. Most divine. Lily's pad.
Hello. So what I'm doing now is just grabbing the sounds that I made before. Most of the time I like to just use Fruity Granulizer to make stuff. This is all still just granulizer with little processing. All I have on it is just OTT and Wave Shaper.
Whop, our fellow ultra wider.
I'm just resampling stuff from round 1 and I'm making it into a mess. I don't know, like acidy jazz type of thing.
Oh, that's groovy.
It's very insane.
I would make the out of a drop with that one groove at the beginning. Eskv.
I'm doing 3 things right now. I'm making glitches by taking some renders of my songs and putting it through these glitch racks that I've made. And I am using Pocket Dimension.
Another Pocket Dimension user.
The second thing, getting one of my old bass loops and putting it through this plugin called Therapy, which you just enter words, it just turns it into a different sound.
So you enter words and it uses words as input.
And then this is the thing, more of these pad type sounds.
Edward, I see you've taken a page from the Modus book in that frequency shifter.
I don't even know what I'm doing, I'm not gonna lie. FO crashed again, so I kind of just went and took a nap. And
Producers.
round 2 was starting, so I was like, you know what, sure, I'll do a second round.
When you got writer's block, just take a nap.
I started this off with an ID.
You know, just mangling that beyond recognition.
Oh yeah, I also have the freak on here.
What? The developers had to make the plugin interesting somehow.
Multipass. This is my 50 frequency shifter multipass rack. All of them are being automated just at random. 50 pitch shifters.
Not content with 50 frequency shifters.
I could only do 15 because the rest of them just kind of sounded like, you ever go into like a horror movie or a horror game and just like, there's that ambience? That's kind of what it sounds like.
Yeah, let's tune in to DM8.
Just put like a random wavetable and just like automated position, and I have this attempt.
And the Borgard is back.
Well, yeah, then yeah, just mess with like different distortion.
Yeah.
I have this like cool plug data patch just from Nasuko to
Oscar Spectral Max. Dawn of Apples. Ooh, I see bass drum in there. It's been a long time since I last saw bass drum. So we meet again, Modus. Bass drum laser? Yep. Let's switch over to Az.
I decided for round 2 I should make like misunderstood the assignment and made a whole drop.
By all means, please play it, because I didn't get to see much in round 1. Chat, everyone with the finger guns. It keeps going. It's a full-on 32-bar drop. Hats, my headphones off to you.
Now I'm just making like random sound with some of the basses that I render off.
Guys, 3 minutes left. Oh my god. And Kitty, hello.
Here, fucking, shit, no.
That was totally not scripted.
So, this sound is 500 lufs. I'm putting it into a clipper so it doesn't break my ears, putting it into a limiter, and then I'm just messing around with like filter burst and movement to like create this like weird ass, I don't know. What
May I ask just one question? Does the sound really need to be 500 lufs positive? Is that like a requirement for the...
Not really, I was just in the mood.
If we're going loud, might as well like lean in all the way and just like create a black hole.
It's so loud that you can't even see it on the waveform.
So that's why the waveform is invisible?
It only begins to like get seen when you like zoom in really like close.
How do you even make that? Like just the ceiling for digital files is 0 dB full scale.
Anyways, I got this like cool pad thing.
Now you have to make that 500 loves.
Put like transformer on it.
And then last but not least, for the last 10 seconds, Genesis! 3, 2, 1! There it is!
Don't worry about it.
We're done! Everyone, hands off your keyboards and let's check in on what Genesis has done for the round 2.
Couple of things. So from before... from earlier. After that, I went on to make a riser and a faller from the same kick. Where's the kick? Using that to make some risers and fallers. I then thought, hey, why not make this loop 170 BPM? Jump up, baby.
Jump, 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 jump.
And then I got inspired by that to make one of those sustained croaky basses.
That's more like jump up.
For the final thing, I decided to make keyboard patch kind of thing.
Guys, we have done it!
Pure chaos is about to ensue right now.
And now it is Chad's turn to decide who won. Leave a comment down below with who you think won the Base Olympics. Make sure to check the cards for the full, unedited stream and give a follow to Neoluminum and its roster. I renamed it from Battle Jam to Base Olympics to reflect the real spirit of why we are doing this. The Olympics are just a celebration of sport. Well, Base Olympics are a celebration of bass to showcase to us and to the world how cool making basses is, and non-basses as well, because I saw quite a bit of really sick sounds. A gargantuan achievement from everyone.
I said it already, but thank you so much for this opportunity. I really, really value the work that you have done for pretty much the entire time you've been making music. It's really an honor for me being able to use this opportunity to platform all these really cool artists. There's a lot of people here that are like in the triple digit range, some even in the 2-digit range in terms of followers.
Let's give Round of applause to Modus and us.